my name is Lisa Grace and this is Nailchemy's YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Zoom in. Oh, too close, too close, too close. Right, so cuticle wick and tip is already done. Just going to wipe a little bit of dust on there. Just wipe that off with some Kiwi cleanser. Like so. Coming in with the nail prep. I truly feel like an alchemist today. We're doing lots of mixing things together, mixing things up. And that is why I like being part of Nailchemy, the Nailchemist. Coming in with Ultra Bond Platinum. Have you noticed I finally figured out how to say it?
Ultra Bond Platinum.
I've not called it Ultra Blonde for ages.
Now you know that you're going to call it Ultra Blonde for the rest of the day.
It's going to happen now. Use that really sparingly and only needs to go onto the natural nail. Give that a bit of a waft. Wafty, wafty, wafty. Right, so we need a nude. We need a nude, Sam. What nude are we going to use? Oh my God, it's been that long since I've used acrylics. I forgot what nudes we've got.
Have you got a peachy one?
You know what? I can't even remember what the frick. I was going to swear then.
Don't swear.
Even remember what they're freaking called.
You need a peachy type nude. You used to have a peach.
Hang on a minute. No, I have. I think I have. I think I've got a bit confused on my last video. No, mind, it's all right. That's history. Right, what are you? Let's go for you. You're beaut. Right, let's literally dust off the acrylic pots. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've betrayed Genesis. So I'm going to be using Blossom. This is a nice peachy nude. I like that. I do feel like I've betrayed Genesis because it's all about Oragel and full cover tips. My poor little bottles of monomer and my poor pots of acrylic just sat there staring at me day in, day out. Lisa, use me.
Right.
Bless it. Right, so I've got my Nailchemy A8 brush and I'm using the Professional Speed Primerless Liquid. However, I still like to use the Ultra Bond Platinum. Yeah, is that it? Is that it?
She's doing well today, considering I can't talk.
Right, so coming in with, what was this one called? Blossom.
Blossom.
Bloody hell, Lisa.
Oh, that is a nice peach.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Perfect. Oh, as long as you don't get it in the cuticles, it's all right. Perfect with the colours that we're going to be using today as well. It's the perfect shade of nude. Right, so full coverage on the nail bed area and then blend that down. So traditionally, if I'm just doing a full cover of a nude, just building the nail and then I'm going to be doing gel polish on top, I tend to work in 3 zones and I'll do the tip area, then the middle and then the cuticle. But because we're doing acrylic design, which feels like a million years since I've done, I'm building the layer up in nails and I want to focus on the cuticle area to get full coverage there. And then I'm just going to blend this down. I want it nice and thin. I want the application super, super thin right on this tip. Because we're going to be coming in and adding our neon, coral, sexy orange. That's what's happening today. That's what's happening.
Sorry, I've just had to move my hand.
You're right. You're right. You can move out of the way actually for a minute. Right, so I've got this stacker. It's the number 2 stacker. I'm assuming that's what it's called on the website. I actually don't know. But there's loads of pigments. There's loads of pigments on the website. Right, before I do anything else,
put the lid on.
Let's put a lid on, Sam.
Otherwise, that's going to end up in my lap.
So I was actually looking for a real nice. This is the kind of colour that I want to use. This one. Look at that. Look at that. However, there is no acrylic powder. The nearest I could find is this one, which is obviously very orange. This is Bee Balms. I have no idea which collection this is from.
Lisa?
Yeah?
Oh, it doesn't tell you what collection it's from.
Otherwise I'd have said it. Yeah, you can do. So this is the nearest thing, I think, to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the two. So because I really like this colour, but I think it's probably, it's a little bit too dark for what I actually want. So we're gonna mix it up. So always be mindful when you're mixing specific colours. You need to be aware that there is going to be waste. So you are going to have waste product. You can, if you want to, decant them into smaller pots so that there is no waste and you can save them. However, if you're anything like me...
From the Indian Summer collection.
Indian Summers, beaut. Yeah, just be mindful that if you are mixing things up and then potting them, that you're going to have pots everywhere. Friggin' everywhere. So, this is just an old dappen dish that I've got. So I've popped 1 spoonful of the powder in that one. Now I'm going to give this a mix. So obviously your pigments are like really, really, really fine powders. So you need to really give this a good mix. Otherwise you'll end up with little specks. Definitely.
Oh, look at that.
Do you think maybe a bit more?
You might want to get more than that. You might want a brush to give that a bit of a mix, because...
Is that enough? I don't know. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. So yeah, I mean, you can see in there straight away there are chunks of pigment.
You've got an old makeup brush just to give it a real good mix.
I need like a pestle and mortar. Oh yeah, that's better. That's more like it. So let's compare that to how it looked originally so that you can see the difference. It definitely makes it more that is perfect. That's exactly what we need, isn't it?
It certainly is. Right,
let's give this a hella good mix. And I mean, I'm doing 1 nail. Obviously, if you're doing a full set of these, this is probably enough. I'm doing 1 nail.
I would definitely have a full set of these.
Well, you can't, Sam. You can't.
On the holidays.
You can't. You're my model. You have 10 different nails. Next month, you'll be having Christmas designs. Get used to it. Weird, isn't it? Well, actually, to be fair, our next lot of filming, we're doing autumnal, autumn and Halloween. Oh, no. We're not even in summer yet. Sacrilege.
Well,
right,
apparently we are, but I don't know.
No, we've got another week.
We've got another week.
Another week left of spring.
Yeah,
look,
but with the longest days in a couple of weeks, and then we're on the slow decline.
Shh! Don't you get me all depressed. I've decided when my youngest daughter finishes school in 5 years, I'm going to Spain. I decided last week. I'm moving to Spain.
5, it's actually 7 nowadays. I have to be in education.
Well, no, obviously she can do when she finishes secondary school. I'm going. I've decided.
Can I come with you?
I'm going to get some doggy passports. If the kids want to come, they can come, but obviously they'll be like 16 and 20. Oh my God, I'll have a 20-year-old. Oh my God. Right, anyway, pay attention. Right, so because we've added pigment into this, and I'm about 94% convinced that this is blended well. We'll find out. We've altered the consistency of this, so it is going to be a little bit more different to work with than just a normal acrylic powder. You are only going to need a small amount, of which I would recommend anyway, because we can keep adding. I mean, Jesus, look at that. That's like the tiniest amount ever. And look at that. Right, so we're just going to have to be really careful with the blend on this. I might, because there is pigment in there, pigment's just bloody spread. So I may have to come back in with the nude on top of it just to help finish that blend off. But I'm going to be applying lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of real thin layers. This is going to stick to your brush like there's no tomorrow as well, by the way, because of the pigment in it. When pigment gets wet, it just clings. But that colour is spot on, isn't it? It's really what I wanted. Right, so this is what happens when there's a small bit of pigment that's not been completely mixed in. You just end up with a little blob. Not a problem. We can just keep blending over that and take that.
Gorgeous. gorgeous.
Wipe that off up here.
This is where your nail paint cleanser will come in handy as well.
Just give it a rub with with a bit of monomer and take it back.
Oh, look at that colour, Lisa.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to add a smidge more and just be a little bit more mindful of my blending up onto the nail. These are super, super thin layers, by the way, so there's far too much there. Super thin layers, so you can really keep adding this until you're happy. And obviously it gives you complete control about how far up you blend it. Obviously, because we're going to be painting Smile Line on afterwards as well, I need to make sure that the blend does come up enough so that it's then visible. I love that colour. Dave, can we have an acrylic colour like this, please? Can you just like get a big pot of the, what was the orange called? Bee Balms. Get a big old pot of Bee Balms. Whack some of that pigment in. Just while you sat there at your desk, just get a bucket or something, a little mixeroo, and post it out to me. You know my address, you know where I live. I'll await the order. Right, so again, just a clean brush with a bit of monomer. I'm just going to clean this section up here. Try not to get it all over your client's fingers. Right, so I'm just going to give that a second just for that monomer to kind of dissipate. And I'm going to come back in just with, that's not Blossom. That's not Blossom. Where's Blossom? Yeah. There's Blossom. Yeah, I'm going to come in with a very, very small amount of Blossom just up at the top again. Just blend that down, help transition with that blend. Love that colour. Love that colour.
Absolutely in love with that
Beautiful, isn't it? So, I mean, obviously, if you were happy with that pigment as it is, or this one or that one, there's no reason why you just couldn't do a full cover in your Blossom and then add your pigment on afterwards and do a fade that way. There are so many different ways that you can do a fade. My tics are really bad today. Like a musical treat. Right, so that's pretty much dried. So again, just a very, very small amount, because again we can add to it and keep building. So just a bit of that on and blend that. Need a bit more than that, Lisa. Brush is molten. And you can also alter the consistency of your Blossom by how much liquid you drain out of it. That's better. That's better, Lisa. That's what we want. Okie dokes. Right, just give that a minute to set. Just a minute. And then we're going to cap the whole thing in clear. Just a super thin layer of clear. That's just going to protect you. Look at that mess. Look, just that tiny little bit of pigment. And look at all of this mess. Pigment just spreads for days, doesn't it? I don't like that though. I want to rub it all over my face. Big old tub of clear. I reckon we'll be all right going in on that now. So I don't need to worry about adding clear up in the cuticle section. It's more just over this transition, over the faded section, just to protect that. And then down on the orange tip as well. Even though it is an acrylic powder, we have added pigment to it. So we've altered the, what's the word I'm looking for, Sam?
We've altered the consistency, we've altered the makeup.
Yeah, you know what I mean, guys. You know where I'm getting. So blend that. Acrylic stuck in my brush. Make sure all of that is covered and that you've got the right. So obviously we've it's just a touch thin on the end because we've added everything in real thin layers. Use this clear as well to be your structure. The structure, that's the word I was looking for. We've altered the structure of the Bee Balm acrylic. So we need
one of us was going to get there in the end.
Yeah. So we need to pop the strength back in with our clear. There we go. Smooth it out, it'll make your filing process a little bit easier. Make sure you're happy, make sure there's nothing excessive over the edge or under the tip. Wait for this to set, give it a file up, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I've got the nail all filed up and I've given it a quick buff, so I'm just going to wipe over with the Kiwi nail plate cleanser. And grab my velvet matte top coat. Come on, dry a little bit quicker, thank you. So top coat the entire nail.
A little bit of flu.
Yeah, spotted it. There we go. Right, bang that in the lamp for me, please, Sam. And then, if I was, but I really need to start taking care of my brushes. I'm using Irina. Like, oh, which collection is this from, Lisa? Think, it says right there, A Touch of Darkness. My goodness.
Oh, pardon me, I'm so sorry.
So I'm just going to drop a blob of that on the back of my nail. And we're going to paint the smile line. Oh, no. So, paint the smile line however you want. So I would usually use the 5mm liner brush from Nailchemy. However, I've not taken care of my brush and it's currently got some gel in it, so I'm going to have to give that a good clean later on. So there's just an old brush I've got knocking around. So paint your tip on. I'm going to be doing a double tip on this. But just get your first bit done. Make sure that you're happy with how that's looking. You could use any, it needs to be fine glitter, but you could pretty much use any glitter for this. I've got like the smallest amount of iridescent glitter left in this little pot. And it's going to get used on you, Sam.
Okay.
So just an old makeup brush and sprinkle that on. So because this is an iridescent glitter, it's going to retain the colour of the Irina. Alternatively, if you want to use a coloured glitter, you can do. Just pop that in the lamp for me, please, Sam. Full cure. So obviously the glitter is going to stick to the wet gel polish. It won't stick to the matte top coat because it's cured. We are on a 30-second timer, so
whatever you've got on timer on.
I love this Irina. Doesn't get used enough. So as I dust that off, oh, let's dust it off on the camera. There we go. And then I'm going to add a little bit more. So I'm going to be a little bit thicker here. And then take that off. Bloody fluff on my brush. I swear, fluff only ever comes out when I'm filming. Fluff does not exist until the minute I hit record. Now I'm going to take that smile line. So if I'm doing a normal smile line, I would generally take it right up to that corner anyway. So that first bit always felt a little bit weird. But make sure you're leaving a gap between the two bits, so it's like a split. And just doing this thing where it's thicker at the base here and then trails out thinner really gives the illusion of a longer nail as well. I went a bit Miley Cyrus then. Really gives the illusion of a longer nail.
Stop making me giggle. Don't make me laugh.
I went all Miley on you.
Please don't make me
Oh, I
laugh.
love that woman. But it's that meme, that video's gone viral, isn't it?
Which one?
One where she speaks like that. She says something about happiness will get you to the destination. She says something really...
Literally, Lisa, please.
Sam needs a wee. She says something really motivational.
But in a husky voice.
But then someone's taken it and they play the video and then they cut to a Frenchie dog going rah, 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 rah. It's really funny. I love that woman, honestly. She's brilliant. Right, when you're happy with that, same again. Pop your glitter where you want it. Sam, in the lamp, 30 seconds, please. Lids on.
She's been a good girl today with the lids on.
Oh, I'm learning. It's like I'm a professional nail tech.
Yeah.
It's like I've only been doing nails for 10 years. I'm surprised it's taken me that long to learn how to put lids on. And this is it. So whenever I have a student, I'm constantly saying to them, the minute you finish with something, pop a lid on. My problem is I don't practice what I preach. I think I'm invincible. I'll never knock that over. Right, one final dust off. Look at that. I love that. I love that so much. Cuticle oil. Banana.
And it's got his lid on.
Banana, it has got its lid on. Right, so just a very, very small dot of this, and be mindful that you have matted the nail, so try not to get it on the nail. Always use too much. And there you go, guys.
Oh, look at the colours. It's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I love that. So don't forget, if you do any recreations, any different colour combinations, make sure you pop them in the Nailchemy Facebook group and feel free to tag me. I love to see people's recreations of these. Thanks for watching.
I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit like on that video, drop any comments that you've got down in the comment section below, and more importantly, make sure you hit subscribe so that you get a notification for all of our future videos. All of the products that I've used today you can find on our website, which is nailchemy.co.uk, and I will see you in the next video.